It's a lesson being taught in 22 schools with one goal to meet: fight the flu. Thanks for watching this episode of Real School. I'm Desiree Lee.
And I'm Patrick Wright. We'll have more on the community partnership bringing free immunizations to students in Duval's highest need schools. But first, let's take a look at what's ahead on Real School.
They've traveled halfway around the world to get a taste of American life, and they found it at one of our high schools. Tune in as we reveal from which country these foreign exchange students traveled and which First Coast school hosted them.
Plus, they're state lawmakers and they're visiting our schools. We'll show you which schools welcome this state senator and state representative.
And I'm Jada Sevilla. I've got the sideline coverage highlighting some NFL greats who are visiting our school. Their words of wisdom coming right up.
Looks like it's going to be a great show.
Indeed. But for now, the school bell is ringing. Let's head to class. Hundreds of students in 22 schools got a dose of good medicine and the antidote to absences.
Real School reporter Jesse Rhodes is here with the details of a partnership created to help Duval students teach flu a lesson. Jesse?
When I think of a library, I think of books. But in the case of R.L. Brown Elementary, they converted their library into a clinic, and students got free vaccinations. What was that? A vaccination? That's medicine in action. These students are getting free flu mist vaccinations. Instead of a shot, which is a common method for vaccinations, these nurses are administering the vaccine through their noses. That is to help them stay healthy this flu season. The best part, it's free. So how did this school earn the opportunity? Through Healthy Schools, an organization led by former Jacksonville Jaguar Tony Baselli. Healthy Schools, in partnership with Duval County Health Department, provided this opportunity to thousands of Duval students.
Countless kids miss school because they're sick on a yearly basis, which they miss the opportunity to learn, to prepare, to be ready for all the tests and the challenges they have when it comes to getting a good education.
This is literally a health director's dream. You know, as we see the community suffer ills related to influenza or other illnesses, and we know that there are initiatives and mechanisms out there to decrease the burden on the community.
Our superintendent, Dr. Nikolai Vitti, and board member Paula Wright were among the guests at R.L. Brown Elementary, celebrating the partnership. So was State Representative Mia Jones, and two well-respected doctors. R.L. Brown Elementary wasn't the only school participating. 21 other Duval schools in the same health zone were also offered free vaccinations.
In this particular health zone, we had the highest absentee rates, and so we're targeting this zone not just because of the financial benefits we hope to offer to parents, but also because we want to improve, decrease absenteeism in this particular area. So it's a tremendous win-win for this particular area.
I agree. This is most definitely a win-win. And it doesn't hurt that students didn't have to worry about needles.
Because the flu mist vaccine actually has a bit of a live virus in it, the response in the body is actually a little more rigorous and robust, and so you get somewhat improved results with it. And the way to deliver it is so much simpler. You know, we've seen several kids receive their vaccines today. No tears, no anxiety, nothing. You know, and it's over so quickly. It's just a great way to receive a vaccination.
As each student received their vaccination, they were given a bracelet from Healthy Schools. They serve as a great reminder that this year, they taught the flu a lesson.
Overall, this is a great opportunity to really stop flu in its tracks right here and to vaccinate as many kids as possible. And we hope as we do it year over year, the participation just grows every year, and to really make a huge difference in the Duval County School District.
What a great program. Now here's some fast facts about the flu. According to Nemours, flu season is October to May, and kids tend to catch the flu more than any other age group. It's recommended that anyone 6 months or older get vaccinated before flu season starts. Looking forward to more of this great community partnership. Back to you.
Thanks, Jesse. Some elementary students in Oceanway are getting into character by bringing their favorite books to life.
How? Take a look at this video.
Little girl, you have to get off of my legs! Oh.
You're looking at a teacher and her class portraying Gru and his minions from Despicable Me. They're among dozens participating in a school-wide character parade at Oceanway Elementary. Every single student dressed up as a character from a favorite book and joined their class in walking around the school in a fun celebration.
If you look closely, you can even spot some of the students holding up books. We saw all sorts of familiar characters like Ladybug Girl, Dr. Seuss, and Tinkerbell. Even Principal Snedden joined in on the fun by dressing up as her favorite character from the book. Thank you, Mr. Falker. Looks like she was spot on.
I think the point here is that we expose them to a wide variety of reading so that hopefully every child finds something that they love, that they're interested in, and even by the simple act of parading around in different costumes, all of the children are exposed to different characters, and they might see someone that kind of sparks their interest, and then they go on and try to find out what book that was from and then read.
Students received lots of support as they made their way through the school. Patches, the mascot for the Gator Bowl, paid students a special visit. He gave out plenty of hugs and high fives. What a character! You could say this next group of students has a certain je ne sais quoi, thanks to an exciting Sister Cities program.
Real School anchor Adriana Sorensen is here with more on a high school that welcomed in 20 foreign exchange students.
Bonjour, comment allez-vous? That's French for hello, how are you? So if you couldn't guess by my greeting, these students are from France. Their destination? First Coast High School.
I like this First Coast High School because the class is very interesting and the organization it's good.
People in general is nice.
This is one of Dr. Louise Hunley's French classes at First Coast High School. This year, the school has welcomed more than a dozen French students as a part of a long-standing Sister Cities program with Nantes, France. As a part of their 2-week visit, French students not only experienced American culture.
Between French school and American school, it's time because in France I start the school 7 o'clock and I finish 7 o'clock p.m.
They also took field trips and did plenty of sightseeing with their host families.
I really enjoy it because it just is different than what I usually get to do, and I get to do a lot more than what I do at home. I get to hang out with all these people and I actually really enjoy it.
Dr. Hunley says her students have learned a lot from interacting with their French classmates.
I feel like it's really important that students learn why they're studying something. And obviously being a French teacher, I've heard plenty of, why French? You know, Spanish is more practical or Spanish is more useful. And I feel like if you can give them a chance to use it, to see that it really is practical, to know that it's not just something that they learn in school, it puts a whole new spin on things, and I've certainly seen that with these kids.
And in speaking with these exchange students, we can tell they're learning a lot too, including some pretty interesting cultural differences.
You can drive at 16. This is cool. In France you can't.
The American people in the school is very nice. I think my English is better after to travel. Okay.
Students say they're not only here for the experience, but also for making lifelong friends.
Their personalities, the way they act just like we do. It's just they speak a different language.
People are the same. I think they've made that comment as well, that the students are very similar. And they see the differences as well. So they learn that not everybody's exactly the same. And I think it's a valuable life lesson, especially at this age.
Now that's amazing. But the story doesn't end here. Students in Dr. Hunley's French class will get their own opportunity to go to France over spring break to visit the students they got to spend time with. That sounds très magnifique. Au revoir. I mean, goodbye, guys. Back to you.
Thanks, Adriana. The French program at First Coast High School is just one of many great opportunities available to students in Duval schools. Next month, the district will showcase many of these programs in a very prominent way.
Real School anchor Jacob Pinkney is joined by Dr. Nikolai Vitti with more on the district's upcoming School Choice Expo. Hey, Jacob.
Hey, guys. From career academies to acceleration programs, Duval students have many options when it comes to furthering their education. Dr. Vitti, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So, first of all, what's the School Choice Expo, and what do we expect students and parents to learn from it?
The School Expo is an opportunity for parents throughout Jacksonville to understand the type of schools and programs that we're offering to the community. A lot of our parents who represent our #1 stakeholders don't really understand how much we really have to offer in our school system. So historically, we've always had Magnet Mania, and we've only showcased our magnet schools. This year, we're continuing to showcase our magnet schools, but all schools throughout the school district. So over 160 schools will be able to showcase the type of educational offerings they have for our community and parents and kids. And we're trying to create an environment that's very competitive, but also about options. We want parents to be empowered to choose the school that they think is best for their child's opportunity to reach their academic potential.
Okay, okay. So we've heard a lot about career academies. What can you tell us about them? What exactly are they?
Well, career academies have a focus at the high school level, and it allows our students to begin to build a bridge between high school and either the military, college, or the world of work. And we can't just say that. We have to offer our students programs, experiences, so that they are seeing what they are most interested in and seeing that they can do what they believe they can do. So all of our high schools right now have career academies, but we're looking to expand those career academies so that you go down one of really 4 pathways: dual enrollment, taking college classes at the high school level, advanced placement, industry certification, or international baccalaureate or ACE programs. So all of those pathways allow students to either go to the military, go to college, or go in the world of work. And we want the high school experience to be more relevant. We want students not just to learn things in a book, but learn by doing, and also have internships and job shadowing opportunities so they're seeing and touching and feeling what they might be most interested in as far as life after high school.
That makes sense. So do you think these offerings make us more competitive with private, home, and charter schools?
Absolutely. I think by the time students get into high school, we're one of the only countries in the world that don't make the high school experience more about being that bridge to post-secondary. And I think as we continue to expand our career academies and make them more relevant to what students are most interested in, some of our best and brightest students will come back to public schools because they know that we will empower them to be successful after high school.
I see. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Dr.
Thank you.
Remember to mark your calendar. The District School Choice Expo is only a month away. We expect thousands of students and their families to come. The Expo takes place Saturday, January 11th at the Prime Osborne Center from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Admission is absolutely free and everyone is welcome. I'll be there. Patrick and Desiree, I hope you are too. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Jacob. We're just getting started with Real School.
And we've got more great stories coming your way.
Coming up on Real School, we're bringing you another one-on-one interview with Dr. Nikolai Vitti you don't want to miss. She says being a beauty queen isn't her greatest crowning achievement. She's on a mission to teach students about the dangers of bullying. We'll have more on how this year's Miss Jacksonville Teen USA is spreading the word.
And I'm Brianna Tawitcha. I've got your lights, camera, and plenty of action as we watch a group of 5th graders put on a show. It's a story you'll only see here. Don't change the channel. Real School will be right back.
I remember being a student at Terry Parker High School. I made good friends and participated in everything from intramural sports to the National Honor Society. Being the co-captain of the debate team taught me more than anything. I learned how to look at all sides of an issue. My teachers showed passion in every classroom, every day, and showed me the joy of learning. I'm the former mayor of Jacksonville and current president of the University of North Florida. I'm John Delaney, a proud graduate of Duval Schools.
One bad decision to take a drug that could harm your body, what could that do to you? That could hurt you and harm you very badly.
Those are some powerful words from former NFL player Paul Fraze. You may recognize Fraze as a former Jacksonville Jaguar. He's one of several football greats who made an appearance at this drug-free rally at Twin Lakes Academy Elementary School.
This rally wasn't just about gridiron success.
As Real School reporter Jada Sevilla reports, this was about scoring with an important message. She joins us now. Hey, Jada.
Hey guys, we saw the entire school rally behind this message. They truly pulled out all the stops. That included a winning sports team that scored big with the crowd. What better way to kick off a pep rally than with a bit of fanfare? That's the Atlantic Coast High School Band. And this is the Team Up Against Drugs pep rally at Twin Lakes Academy Elementary School. Everyone from kindergartners to 5th graders filled the school's front parking lot. Part of that meant sporting their favorite team jersey or t-shirt. After all, that's what a school should be, a team, with students and teachers looking out for each other.
In your gut, if it doesn't feel right, just say no and walk away.
That's Sean McInerney, a retired football player. He was one of the many special guests who helped kick off the pep rally with some great advice about drugs. He says it's really important to start warning kids about drugs at a young age so that they make good decisions.
Well, we would hope it wouldn't be, but we always have to believe that it is, and we have to take care of it and educate them prior to them getting that possibility of getting involved with drugs.
McInerney wasn't the only former NFL player who teamed up with the school. Maybe you recognize him.
I've heard so many stories and seen so many situations where kids get caught up into the wrong crowd.
That's Mike Hollis. He's a former kicker for the Jags.
There's too many kids out there that have negative influences on life in whatever way, shape, or form, and we just want to make sure that they understand the difference between right and wrong and making good decisions and having no regrets about life.
Paul Fraze, another former Jaguar, had similar advice.
We have a lot of choices to make, don't we? It's so important to make the right choices.
But before you think the only speakers at this pep rally were football players, think again. Students also heard from the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office.
Drugs are never the answer, and neither is bullying.
It's important for us to be here so the children see us. You know, sometimes they see us out here doing the job, and we don't want them to be afraid of us. We want them to come to us. We want them to know that they are part of the team, and that, you know, we want them involved in the process of fighting crime. We want them to talk to us when they have issues that they think are bad, and you know, we're here to help. That's what we want them to know.
What a great message. These special guests didn't leave without throwing out some prizes. And the band didn't leave without playing one more motivating tune. But most importantly, we know these students left with a greater knowledge of what it really means to team up against drugs. We heard a lot of great advice at that pep rally. It's totally worth following. Guys, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Jada. Just like Twin Lakes Academy Elementary, a lot of our schools have been holding rallies and assemblies to promote good health and wise choices.
And for one of our schools, that meant welcoming in a beauty queen. That's Miss Jacksonville Teen USA, Jessica Brinson. Here she is speaking to students at Abbas Park Elementary.
Brinson says she was bullied when she was younger, but was able to overcome it. So she made it her goal to use her crown as a way to encourage students to stand up against bullying and to stand up for others.
Brinson says she's also all about working hard in class. The Terry Parker Jr. is ranked #2 in her class. That's pretty impressive. Good job.
We still have some great stories ahead in our final stretch of Real School,
including a group of students we can relate to. Let me give you a hint. We both work from a news desk.
Coming up, we're taking you inside WLNN Studios. Watch as these news anchors in the making put on their very own morning news program. Plus, our cameras were rolling as not one, but 2 state officials paid a special visit to our schools. We've got all those details straight ahead.
And I'm Jacob Pinkney. Join me for another one-on-one interview with our superintendent, Dr. Nikolai Vitti. Stay right there. Real School, be right back.
Success doesn't happen overnight.
You think we were handed a trophy?
We earned it.
9 times.
9 times. You want it bad enough?
Go get it.
Go get it.
Undefeated state champions.
Being a champ takes hard work.
It begins with educational excellence for every one of us.
Every one of us.
On the court, in the classroom, year-round.
All day.
Every day. Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Keep your head in the game.
2 state lawmakers are going from the Capitol to the classroom by visiting Duval schools.
We were there as a state senator and a state representative took time out of their schedules to interact with students. Let's start with State Representative Janet Atkins at Matthew Gilbert Middle School. Atkins began her visit by meeting with school and district leaders, including Dr. Nikolai Vitti, Board Chair Fel Lee, Board Member Paula Wright, and Board Member Dr. Constance Hall. From there, school leaders took her on a school tour. She visited several classrooms and had a chance to observe great education in action. Representative Atkins is the chair of the State K-12 Education Committee. We wanted to know, what was the purpose behind this school visit?
As a mother of a middle school student, I see firsthand the challenges that our students and our teachers and principals face. And so one of the issues we'll be looking at this next legislative session is the idea of middle school reform. And so in order to prepare for the next session in this bill that we're putting together, I wanted to come and see firsthand what our principals and our teachers and our students are dealing with each and every day.
Now let's head to Sandalwood High School, where American government students enjoyed a visit from State Senator Audrey Gibson. The District 9 Senator presented a hands-on lesson on how a bill becomes a law. Gibson divided the students into 2 groups. Some were senators, some were representatives. She asked them to come up with fictitious bills that answered the following questions. What should the legal driving age be? Should teen drivers have a curfew? And should young drivers be allowed to drive with other people in the car?
It's one of the most fun things that I do. It's very rewarding also. And I love to engage our young people in the process and try to put it on an everyday level so they can understand what goes on in Tallahassee.
Sounds like those were both valuable visits. Winter break is always a great time to rest and relax and recharge before starting a new school year.
But it can also be a great time to continue your education. Real School anchor Jacob Pigney is joined by Dr. Nikolai Vitti with more on staying engaged over the holidays. Hey, Jacob.
Hey, guys. Dr. Vitti, thanks for joining us again.
Thank you.
Why is it important for students to remain engaged over winter break?
Well, we are working our students hard this fall, and we want to continue that learning. And we know that research is clear that a lot of students pick up a lot of information over the fall, and then during breaks, they're not focused on their academics. And it's valuable time to rest, to relax, be with family and friends, but there still should be learning going on. And so we want to continue the good momentum that we started in the fall and not lose it. So it's important that students continue to read and just maybe review their notes from the past semester, catch up on some word problems, or just go on the internet and do some research on their own on things that interest them. But just keep the mind moving and not completely remove themselves from the thinking process.
Okay. So what are some things parents can do at home to help their children stay engaged over winter break?
Well, I think some strategies that make sense is maybe read a book. Offer a student to read a book of interest of the parent. Maybe read it together. Maybe students with a group of friends can pick a book that's interesting to them. Maybe select articles that are interested, that students are interested in or parents are interested in. Even simple things like reading a newspaper. Is just read the newspaper, talk about it, read the editorials, and have a conversation about it. But at the minimum, I do believe that students need to just relax a little bit and not feel the pressure of grades and homework and tests and exams, but occasionally turn off the TV and read a book, read an article, and just talk about life in general. I think that's the other thing that we have to do more of during the holidays and just in general is talk about the world around us, talk about what's on the news, talk about what's going on in the political field so that kids' minds are constantly being used even over break.
Okay. So we're off to a running start this year. What do you expect to accomplish when you arrive at the finish line?
Well, when we arrive at that finish line, I expect graduation rates to increase. I expect more kids to go on to college. I expect our reading proficiency, math, science, and writing to increase, so we have more kids functioning at grade level. I expect more kids to do better on the ACT and the SAT. And more than anything else, I hope kids at the end of this year say, I learned more this year than I did last year, and I had fun doing it. So it's not just about learning for the sake of learning, but it's about learning with a purpose, but learning that's enjoyable so that kids continue to have the quest to learn and do more independently on their own outside of school.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us, Dr. Vitti.
Thank you.
Desiree and Patrick, back to you.
For our last story of the episode, we're going live in 3, 2, 1.
That's right. Real School reporter Brianna Towicha is here with the morning news program that's getting lots of airplay.
Hi guys, going on camera isn't as easy as it looks, but imagine going live every morning from your school library. That's the story at Loretto Elementary School.
Now here's Alana with the weather.
Before they were on the air, lights bright, and cameras rolling, these 5th grade students were hard at work, preparing scripts, doing research, and setting up.
We get this paper that tells us what we're usually going to say and we fill in the blanks.
These students are part of the WLNN crew. WLNN stands for Wonderful Loretto News Network. It's a fun way for students to present morning announcements in classrooms throughout the entire school, and it's all done live. Students get to anchor, do the weather, and operate equipment behind the scenes. Julia Kramer says she has 3 rotating crews totaling about 20 students. They all had to audition to get a role on the show.
Working with children in front of a camera, it just kind of brings joy, but also we're a technology school. So anything these children can do involving technology is how they learn.
It's clear these students are learning a lot of real-world skills. Take the on-camera talent. They're learning public speaking and performing under pressure.
Well, at first I get a little nervous, but then I kind of cool down and I just feel it. I just pretend that I'm at home just talking to my mom.
Students working behind the scenes say this has been a way for them to learn how real news shows are put together.
What to do with the sound, how to change the screens, and how to control the mics.
The birthdays for today are...
We also know these students are earning quite the reputation among their classmates for all of their great work.
A couple days ago, I was walking back to my classroom after the show, and there were these two first graders that came up and said, "Look, that's her from the news."
But they don't mind sharing the spotlight. On this episode, a group of kindergarten students went on air with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag.
Nice job, guys.
I guess what I love the best is because they love it, they enjoy it, and they are learning so much.
Bye.
It sure looks like it, and the WLNN crew says they wouldn't have it any other way.
I would love to say, Miss Kramer, you're the best. Thank you so much for letting me on this news team. It is a whole lot of fun for me.
Doing the camera and having fun with my friends, we get to know things that we wouldn't know.
Thank you, Miss Kramer, for letting me be on the news team. I have a lot of fun.
They're pretty good, aren't they? Looks like we've got some competition. Great work. Back to you guys.
Thanks for that story, Brianna.
That's it for this episode of Real School. Be sure to start the new year with us when our next episode premieres in early January.
From all of us, thanks for watching and have a great day.
That included a winning sports team that scored big with the crowds.
That's what I want to see. By bringing their favorite book to life.
How? Take a look at this video. No, what?
To visit the students they got to spend with,
Looks like I've got, okay.
Here's some fast facts about the flu.
We'll have some great stories ahead in our final scratch of Real School. Wait, what I do?